Hey, hey guys, Phil here. Uh, just wanted to show you guys a trick I came across when working with Photoshop and building websites out of comps. Uh, the problem is when we go to export individual layers, especially if they have blending options enabled, you don't necessarily preserve the proper color inside the layer. So let me show you what I mean here. So in our comp, we have this nice box here that makes it look like it's embedded into the paper. Great little background, and uh, and sometimes we might want to, do that individually so that we don't have to uh, add it to, add the same image over and over again to. God, that did not make any sense at all. Here, let me start over. Sometimes you want to export them individually so that you can use them over and over again, opposed to having this big background image with just that one particular uh, embedded look. So if we take a look at what I have so far in on the actual website itself, you'll notice that the blending here kind of just went south on me here, and even worse down here. Um, I did not preserve the color at all. It actually made it kind of dark and nasty looking, kind of dirty, and that is definitely not what we want our webpage to look like. So, let me show you a trick here. But before I do, I want to show you what we would normally do if it was a regular image without blending. So what you would do is create a new folder here, or a new project here, and then we would just kind of go in and grab the image that we want. So say we want this VeriSign image, and then you would just go in and then leave it like that, and then maybe you might actually want this background here. So let's find the background. Okay. So it should be this box here. And then we just drag it like that over here. And you can already see that it's kind of not looking right. So if we restore the background here. Actually, you can't really tell, can you? That's because it's using the blending options. But if we were to export this, you would end up with that. So you would go, and then you'd go to File, and I apologize, you can't see my other screen here, but you go to File, Scripts, and then Export Layers to File, and then you would get this little menu here. And what this is going to do, it's going to go in and go through all the individual layers that are visible, and that's going to convert them into a PNG or whatever format you choose, and save them onto the destination, which in my case I have a little folder here with all the individual icons, and yeah, and it's a really handy tool to do that. Unfortunately, sometimes when the designers create a layer that has blending options, you do not preserve the awesome little colors here, and you end up again with this. Whoops, there we go. You end up with this. So I'm going to show you how to avoid that, or how to keep it. Now I will warn you that it does not preserve the alpha, so you will need the background that you have already. But it's good just in case if you have dynamic content, say it pushes down the box. That way it doesn't have to be part of the actual background image itself. You can actually move it around. So here we go. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete these guys here. I'm going to go back to my original comp, and I'm going to find the layer, including the background image. So in this case, it's all in this little content folder. I'm just going to drag it up here. Okay, now we don't need this anymore. So zoom in to actual size. All right, so now we have all the stuff we need here. I'm gonna get rid of the stuff we don't need, so I don't need that. In fact, actually I do need that progress bar. So anything after that, I really don't need, so I can just kind of delete everything else here. Okay, and now we're down to the progress bar. So that's pretty much the only thing we want. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get rid of this crap up here. Okay, so now we just have this. Now, if this background image has dynamic properties like this, like for example inner shadow and gradient overlay, you're going to want to flatten the image because what we're going to end up doing is we're going to select this layer and then erase everything. But let me show you what happens if we do that. So you hit the command or control depending on what machine you're using. I'm using a Mac, so I'm using command. And you actually select this layer here. And as you can see, it's conveniently highlighted everything. And then I go to File, Select, Inverse, and it inverts it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to delete it while we have this layer selected. Now notice what's going on here. You see that how it's giving it the shadow effect around there. We don't want that because then you end up with something that looks like this bottom one right here. Okay, so we don't want that at all. So we're just going to go ahead and undo. And we're going to right click and flatten the image. So with that, oops, excellent. Right click, flatten image, not visible. Why are we doing that? Maybe it's because it's part of that layer here. Get out of there. Okay, so I took it out of the folder. That should fix it. Why? Actually, that'll work too. So yeah, just go ahead and flatten it anyway. Sure, why not? We don't need it. Okay, so as you can see, we still have this highlighted. And then we're just going to go ahead and grab our erase tool and delete it. See how I preserved it? Okay. And then we're going to go back to File, or I'm sorry, Select, and re-invert. And then we're going to go to Image. Or is it Layer? No, it's Image. Yeah, Image. And then you're going to select Crop. And it cropped it for us. Okay. And now finally, you can just save this as an image, but I like to just kind of use the export anyway. So we go to File, and we select Scripts, and then under Scripts you're going to see Export Layers to Files. And again, you're going to show up with this menu here. Run. Let's just add another layer in there, I guess. Okay, so again, File, Scripts, Export Layers to File. I selected the PNG format, and I hit the, I have it on a special folder, and then just hit Run. And what it's going to do is exported the visible layers. Hit OK. And now, all we have to do is replace this nasty looking image with the new image that we that we've created. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. Let me find out what I named that image. So in this case, that's weird. It's the background image. What is it, header, footer? Okay. So I'm going to go look for it now in my IDE. And where are you? Where are you? Oh, that's why. It's in a folder. Yeah. Okay, cool. So it's called header footer, and so we're going to name this. Let's see. So what it does by default, it gives it a prefix of numbers, and then it names it whatever you named it here. So in this case, it got named layer 0. So here it is, and I'm gonna just rename it to the one I have on here. And I'm going to delete the one on my IDE. And now I'm just going to copy and paste it. Okay. So that should fix it. And voila. There you have it. Simple as that. I hope this helps. And thank you for watching, guys.